Hi guys, Luke here from 88 Games. In this episode I wanted to do something a little bit different and break down the process of how I teach a player. In quite a few of the puzzles and photographs, after making a move you might want to undo it, or maybe just start the puzzle again from fresh. So I added some buttons that said back or reset. But it felt really clunky, so after some experimenting I ended up adding this control. It works really well. Each move is represented by a pip. If you want to go back one or two moves, you just drag the control. If you want to go back a lot, you can flick it and there you go. This version worked pretty well on PC and phones, but totally failed on tablets because that's where a hand hovers and no one ends up seeing it. Now I put it a bit higher and it's a bit more obvious, but just because it's there doesn't mean anyone knows what to do with it. The last thing we want to do is pop up a text box, so I lean on the game design a little bit. In the first couple of levels I'll make it really easy, and in fact really likely, that you'll get into a state that you cannot recover from. Which means now I can actively watch for getting into that state, and prompt the player about what needs to be done to get out of it. Honestly, I thought this would do it, but it made no difference. People were fixated on the middle of the screen and missed it completely. Step by step, I try to increase the obviousness, making it bigger, making it closer, punching the scale when it appears until about 95% of people just saw it and played with it and didn't need to be prompted. I'll probably add something more direct for the remaining 5% if they haven't spotted it after a while too. But I think it's really important to do it this way because there's nothing players hate more than when they've figured something out for themselves and the game pops up a tutorial message to tell them something they already know. That's bad for the designer too because it creates a pattern of behaviour for dismissing pop-ups quickly, and when you really need to say something important to the player, it's much less likely that it will be read. By being adaptive and only stepping in when necessary, we give a much better experience all round. In this puzzle, the player has to move these little scrollers. I was going to add a little tutorial something like this, but before I had a chance to put that in, I found just watching people that it wasn't really necessary. People didn't know what to do, they clicked around the screen for a bit and then just figured it out, and that's the ideal outcome, that's the goal. None of this is wildly revolutionary thinking. What I'm trying to say is every game is different. What's a good pattern for one game might not be a good pattern for another. The only way to get a minimal just so amount of tutorials is to watch people play, iterate, add where necessary, but remove where necessary too.